Well, hello everyone. It's a couple of minutes after 1 o'clock, so I got so caught up with what I was doing today, I actually lost track of time, which is not like me. So I wanted to be as close to 1 o'clock as I could. So today, we've been talking about building relationships, and it's so important that there's certain critical steps that if we don't take, we can actually either be behind the person that is wanting to connect with us or ahead of them. So timing is everything. So what we were talking about yesterday is, asking the questions, finding out their story. And when you hear their story, normally they tell you about what's important to them and how and what maybe they need in having some help. And so what I really suggest at this point is clarification. And what I mean by that is really it's about getting permission. I call it permission to treat. And so if you hear someone that says, I have XYZ problem, and there's either a decision whether or not you might be the possible solution or someone within your sphere is a solution, at that point we ask for permission, or I suggest that we do, instead of just jumping in and going, I can, do whatever. A story around that, I was speaking at a conference, fairly large conference in Los Angeles a number of years ago. And the word got around about my being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And there was a woman that got so excited about that, about her product and service, that she walked up to me and said, "Hi, Josie." She walked up to me and she said, "I can heal you." Well, she's a very nice lady, and subsequently we have become friends. But at that moment, my big question was, who are you? And I haven't given you permission for any of that. And so sometimes we just jump the gun out of our excitement and our belief about the product or service and what it could actually do for them. And so if someone else is that possible solution, I ask permission this way. John, would it be okay? I have someone that I think would be a really good match and a fit for you. Hi, Jill. Would it be okay if I connected you? And get that permission for that connection. And when normally they say yes, and let them know that you're going to follow up, you're going to make that introduction, and you're going to make sure that it is something that is going to be that whether or not that person connects to them or not, sometimes they get lost. And when we do referrals, many times it's something that the other person doesn't see the urgency in getting back to that person. And oftentimes when I make these connections or referrals and follow up, I become a trusted resource. I have that ability now for them to come back to me and to ask, do you have someone else in these areas, or whatever the concern or the requirement that they have. But in that permission, it becomes really fun for me, because I know that the majority of the time when they share with me what it is that they have as a need or a desire, it's not something that I'm going to fulfill, but because of my network, I'm able to connect them, and I now become relevant to them. So I'm still building the relationship, whether or not I'm providing the solution to whatever that need or that concern that they have at the moment. So, asking that permission is really, really important. Now, when we see ourselves as that possible solution, it's still, hey, Mike, it is still about asking permission. And I normally do it very, very softly. And, John, there are some things that I have created that could possibly be a solution for you, or could be a match for what you're looking for. Would you like to hear about it some more? I get that permission before just saying, hey, I have a product or service, it's going to solve your problem. And in doing so, I'm in their timing. And it's really important for that, because we don't want to be seen as pushy. And by the way, we've been talking about building a relationship in the mode of actively listening. When we do it this way and we're continuing to ask questions, we're still in the active listening mode. And we're able to see and hear their hesitancy or their excitement, whatever it may be, that they're communicating, whether it be with their words or with their body language, it is something that we can be and have that deeper relationship with them. So here's the challenge for today. In your conversations, when you have that opportunity to connect with someone, ask that permission to solve that problem. Here's something else. Maybe you don't have someone in your network that is going to be that good solution for them. Ask permission for you to be able to reach out to your network to see about a possible solution. So no matter what they say, you can have relevance to their situation. And again, people are not used to this. They're also not used to people following through. How many times has someone said to you, I'm going to connect you with XYZ, and they never do it? Or maybe they did it and XYZ never followed up with you, but they didn't either to see if it happened. So there's some things that you can do to close the loops, to become relevant, to become safe, and to be seen. And that's really the three components of building very deep, very quick relationships. So we're going to be again together tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I will be on time tomorrow. And we're going to continue this on how to really incorporate this into the process that I am going to release at the end of next week, that 100,000 touch challenge that we're going to do. And it's not just, again, about the touches, but it's about meaningful touches so that we can be relevant to the people that we're reaching out to. It's not about numbers, it's about quality. So nobody does this. You're absolutely right. It just, nobody does it. And we become very unique very quickly. And people, when they see that, they want to have more association with us. So with that, thank you again for being with me for these few minutes every day, and look forward to connecting soon. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 1 p.m. Have a great afternoon, guys. Thanks.